Welcome to Wisdom Guide Daily, your trusted companion on the journey to a fulfilling life after 70. If you've reached this milestone, you've witnessed decades of change, challenges, and triumphs. You've gained wisdom that younger generations can't yet grasp. But true happiness in your later years isn't about what you accumulate, it's about what you release. The burdens you carry, both tangible and intangible, could be holding you back from the joy you truly deserve. In this journey, let's uncover the 8 things you need to let go of to embrace a life filled with peace, wisdom, and fulfillment. I'll share real-life stories and practical steps to help you implement these changes. 1. The belief that you have nothing left to learn. Richard, at 72, believed he had life all figured out. "I've lived long enough to know everything I need to know," he used to say. But one day his daughter signed him up for a local painting class just for fun. At first he was hesitant. After all, what business did he have holding a paintbrush at his age? But something surprising happened. As he dipped his brush into the colors and let it glide across the canvas, he felt a spark, excitement, curiosity, even joy. It turns out he wasn't done learning after all. He discovered a love for painting he never knew he had. Now every week he looks forward to his class, meeting new friends, and creating something beautiful. 2. Toxic relationships. Sarah, 75, used to feel a knot in her stomach every time the phone rang. It was her son calling again, and she already knew how the conversation would go. He'd complain, criticize, and leave her feeling completely drained. She loved him, of course. He was her son. But every call took a toll on her, making her feel more like a burden than a mother. One day, after hanging up the phone in tears, Sarah realized something. Love shouldn't feel this exhausting. She wasn't being selfish for wanting peace in her own life. So she made a decision. She set boundaries. She started limiting their calls, only answering when she felt up to it. Instead of waiting for negativity, she filled her days with people who made her feel valued. Her church group, her book club, and her neighbor who always had a kind word to share. The change was life-giving. Sarah still loved her son, but she no longer let his negativity define her days. And you know what? That's okay. If someone in your life constantly brings you down, it's not wrong to step back. Your happiness matters. Don't be afraid to protect it. 3. Clutter, physical, emotional, and mental. Jack and Mary had lived in the same house for over 40 years. It was filled with memories, old furniture, stacks of papers, gifts from long ago. But as they got older, the clutter started feeling overwhelming. The house felt smaller, harder to manage. And it wasn't just the physical stuff. Unspoken regrets, past arguments, and worries about the future weighed on them too. One day they made a decision. It was time to simplify. They donated things they no longer used, passed down keepsakes to their children, and let go of anything that didn't bring them joy. But they didn't stop there. They also chose to release old grudges and forgive past mistakes, both theirs and others. The result? Freedom. Their new, smaller home felt open and peaceful. Their hearts felt lighter too. Jack and Mary realized that letting go wasn't about losing. It was about making space for the things that truly mattered. If you're feeling weighed down, take a look around. Is there clutter, physical or emotional, that no longer serves you? Clearing it out could be one of the best gifts you give yourself. After all, life is about joy, not just stuff. 4. Fear of aging. Mary used to dread birthdays. Every new wrinkle felt like a reminder that she wasn't as young as she used to be. She'd catch herself reminiscing about the past, missing the energy she once had, and worrying about what the future might hold? Getting old is just a slow decline, she'd say with a sigh. But one day her grandson said something that changed her perspective. "Grandma, your wrinkles mean you've smiled a lot." That simple comment made her realize aging isn't something to fear. It's a privilege. Every laugh line holds a memory. Every silver strand of hair is proof of a life well lived. Instead of focusing on what she couldn't do anymore, Mary started appreciating what she could do. She could still take morning walks, bake cookies with her grandkids, and share stories filled with wisdom only time could teach. Life didn't have to shrink. It could still be rich and full in new ways. Aging isn't the end of something. It's a new chapter. So don't fear it. Embrace it. Celebrate the years you've earned and keep living with purpose, joy, and gratitude. 5. The expectation that others will make you happy. Henry had always been a social man. He loved family gatherings, Sunday dinners, and catching up with old friends over coffee. But as the years went by, life changed. His kids got busy, friends moved away, and suddenly the house felt a little too quiet. At first, he found himself waiting for a phone call, a visit, or someone to invite him out. But the more he waited, the lonelier he felt. One day, Henry decided he was done waiting. He picked up a small gardening kit at the store just to give it a try. At first, it was just a few tomato plants on the porch. But as the days passed, something changed. He started looking forward to his mornings outside, watering his plants and watching them grow. Before he knew it, his little garden became his happy place. Happiness isn't something we can expect others to hand to us. It's something we create for ourselves. Whether it's gardening, painting, or learning a new skill, joy comes from doing things that make you feel alive. So don't wait for happiness to find you. Go out and plant it yourself. 6. Comparing yourself to younger generations. Margaret used to watch her grandson, Jake, sprint across the yard and think, "I remember when I could move like that." She'd sigh, feeling a little frustrated that her body didn't keep up with her spirit. One day she mentioned it to her friend Carol over coffee. Carol just smiled and said, "Honey, you've got something Jake doesn't. Years of wisdom." That simple truth changed Margaret's perspective. Sure, younger folks have energy, but energy without experience can only take you so far. Margaret started focusing on what made her stage of life special. She had stories that could teach, skills that only come with time, and a deep understanding of what truly matters in life. Instead of longing for the past, she found joy in sharing what she'd learned. So if you ever catch yourself comparing your abilities to a younger generation, pause for a moment. Your value isn't in how fast you run or how long you can stand. It's in the wisdom, kindness, and perspective you bring to the world. Every season of life has something beautiful to offer, and this one is no exception. 7. Regret. Mary often found herself lost in thought, replaying old memories like an old film reel. She'd think about the things she wished she had done differently, the job offer she turned down, the argument with her sister she never mended, the moments she let slip away. Regret had become a constant companion, weighing her down like an old heavy coat. But one day while sitting on her porch, she had a realization. No amount of wishing could change the past. The only thing she had control over was today. So she made a choice. Instead of letting regret steal her joy, she started focusing on the present. She called her sister just to say hello. She took up painting, something she had always wanted to do. She made an effort to appreciate the little things, a warm cup of coffee, a good book, the laughter of her grandchildren. Regret won't change yesterday, but embracing today can change tomorrow. If something is weighing on your heart, let it go. Make peace with the past, cherish the present, and step forward with a lighter spirit. Life isn't over. It's still happening right here, right now. 8. The belief that it's too late for you. Margaret always loved painting, but life had other plans. Raising kids, working long hours, and managing a household left little time for hobbies. By the time she turned 75, she figured that chapter had closed. It's too late for me to start now, she told herself. But one day her granddaughter handed her a set of watercolor paints for her birthday. "Give it a try, Grandma," she said with a smile. Hesitant at first, Margaret dipped her brush into the paint. Stroke by stroke, something awakened in her. A few months later, she was taking an art class at the community center, making new friends, and even displaying her work at a local fair. The truth is, it's never too late. People fall in love, start businesses, learn new skills, and chase their dreams well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s. The only thing that holds us back is the belief that we're too old. So what's something you've always wanted to do? Pick up a new hobby, learn an instrument, or write that book you've been thinking about for years. Age isn't a barrier. It's just another chapter waiting to be written. Letting go isn't about loss. It's about making space for something better. Your life after 70 can be the most fulfilling chapter yet. Choose joy, embrace change, and live fully. At Wisdom Guide Daily, we believe that every day is an opportunity to grow, learn, and find new happiness. So what will you let go of today? If this message resonates with you, like this video to spread positivity, comment your thoughts to inspire others, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Guide Daily for daily insights that help you live your best life at any age.